ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते यौपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओमित्येतदक्षरमुद्गीतमुपासीत ओमिति ह्युद्गायते तस्योपव्याख्यानम् न वेदश्रुतेः अस्तितो गौण्यसम्भवात् शब्दाच्च स्याच्चैकस्य ब्रह्मशब्दवत् प्रतिज्ञा अहानिः अव्यतिरेकात् शब्देभ्यः। Pratignya ahani. The pratignya, the proposition of the knowledge of all by the knowledge of one. When one is known, everything else is as well known. That pratignya, that proposition remains the ahani, remains unaffected. Two reasons are given. Avyatarekat shabdebhya. Avyatarekat, because the universe, everything, whatever there is in the universe, is avyaktam, non-separate from Brahman. Meaning that they are related with the relationship of karya and karana. The universe is karyam, the effect, and Brahman is the material cause. So first of all says avyatarekat. Pratignya hanihi, the pratignya remains unaffected only when there is avyatareka real. That's what it is. Yadi avyatareka syat. If there is avyatareka, then only pratignya ahanihi. Only whatever there is in the universe. So krusnasya vastu jatasya vijñāt brahmana avyatareka syat. If the entire creation, whatever there is non-separate from Brahman, then only this pratignya will be unaffected. Such avyatarekah evam upapadyate yadi krishna vastu jatam ekasmat brahmana utpadyeta. The avyatarekah or non-separatedness can only be tenable in this manner if whatever is created is all non-separate or everything is created from Brahma. So yadi krishnam vastu jatam, if entire things, entire group of vastu, all the things, ekasmat brahma utpadyeta, only if everything is created from Brahman, if only Brahman is the material cause of whatever there is, then alone the Avyatireka, non-separatedness is possible. Shabdebhyascha, and the passage of Upanishad also, Prakriti Vikara Avyatireka Nyayena. But the rule that there is Avyatireka, non-separatedness between Prakriti and Vikara. Only Prakriti, the material cause, and Vikara, the effects of the modification. So rule is that the effect or modification is always non-separated from Prakriti, from the material cause. Just as the cloth is non-separate from cotton, the pot is non-separate from clay, the ornament is non-separate from gold. Similarly, whatever the effect is always non-separate from its material cause. Nyayaneva pratigna siddhi avagamyate. Then only pratigna siddhi, then only the establishment of pratigna is possible, then only validity of pratigna is possible. Therefore, yena shrutam shrutam bhavati. So this pratigna, by knowing which, by hearing which, everything becomes heard, etc. So, pratigna esha samarthyate. This pratigna is validated or supported, justified by the illustrations of mrudadi drishtantehi. The Upanishad itself gives illustrations of mrudadi, of the clay and the modification of clay by those drishtant illustrations, which are what? Karya karana abheda pratipadana parahi, which illustrations show the abheda or non-separatedness of the effect from the cause. So that pratigna is supported. Tat sadhana eva cha uttare shabdaha. The rest of the passages are for affirming this pratigna. So as Bhashyakara says that in this 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad, the most important statement is this pratigna, the proposition that everything is known by knowing one. The illustrations also are given in support of this. The subsequent passages which talk about the creation, Srishti, and also creation of the Sarvatmatvam. So Srishti, Tat Teja, Asrujata, Tad Apaha, Asrujata, etc. So that those passages of creation and subsequently Aitad Atmavedam Sarvam, Sarvatmatvam, all of this as Sat as the Atma, all of these are meant for affirming this pratigna. Tadyadi Akasham na Brahma karyam syat na Brahmani vijñāte Akasham vijñāyeta. If from what you say Akasha is uncreated and ever remains separate from Brahman, then when knowing Brahman, Akasha would not be known, in which case this pratigna also will be invalidated. Pratigna hani syat. That's a pratigna hanya. So then the pratigna also will be invalidated. In that case, what happens? Vedasya apramanyam syat. In that case, the Upanishad makes a pratigna which is wrong. If Akasha is not created, that means it enjoys the same reality as Brahman. It stands apart from Brahman. In which case, having known Brahman, Akasha doesn't become known. In that case, this pratigna is falsified, is not sustained. Then Upanishad, which makes this pratigna also, becomes invalidated. Apramanyam. Na yuktam kartum. It is not proper. It is not proper to adopt a way of thinking. It is not proper to adopt the way of reasoning which invalidates Upanishad. It is only proper to adopt the way of reasoning which shows the pramanyam, the validity of Upanishad. So therefore, you have adopted a line of reasoning to show how the Vyat or Akasha is not created. That line of reasoning is not proper, because on account of that there is pratignya hani, there is this, the pratignya becomes affected. And that's not right. Tathahi, and also kincha pratignya chetiyam ekasyad. If only one Upanishad made this pratignya and not anybody, any other Upanishad, tada kathanchit avivikshita sanketa. If this pratignya of knowing everything by knowledge of one occur in one Upanishad only, namely Chandogya, then it may be possible that maybe in some way you can explain that statement in a different way and not take it literally, not take it in the primary sense. Tastu bhuyasya yukti sahitasya gamyante. But then we find that the same pratignya in different words is found in many Upanishads, and each Upanishad also gives its own illustrations. So Bhashyakara tathai prativedantam tete shabdaha shabdebhyah. So that is being explained. Tathai prativedantam tete shabdaha tena tena drishtantena tameva pratignyam sthapayanti. Every Upanishad makes this statement in terms of pratignya and gives illustrations to assert that pratignya. So Yajushi Dundubhyadi Dushtantena Atharame Udanabhyadi Dushtantena. So Yajurveda also the pratignya was said. So Atmani Drushte Shute Mate Vijnate Sarvam Viditam Syat. That's it. Atharvana Kasmin Bhago Vijnate. That pratignya. So this is found in many cases. And they all give drishtanta to support this. Yajushi Dundubhyadi Dushtantena. The drishtanta of the drum is given in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Atharvana Udanabhyadi Dushtantena. In Atharvaveda, the Mundaka Upanishad, Udanabe, the illustration of the spider is given there. Then pratignya sadhakaha idam saram yadamatma. That also affirms that pratignya, that all of this is nothing but Atma. Brahmayeva idam amrutam purastat. Whatever is in the front, whatever is the back, whatever on the right, on the left, above, below, everywhere, whatever it is Brahman. So that's how the pratignya in the Mundaka Upanishad is affirmed. Tasmad jvalanadivadeva gaganapi utpadyate. Therefore, the conclusion stands that like fire, the space also is created. It is not accreated, not created. Yaduktam ashrutehe na vyat utpadyate iti. Vyat ashrutehe. You said that there is no statement in the Upanishad which says that Akasha is created. Tadayuktam. That statement is not right. That position is not right. Vyat utpatti vishaya shrutyantarasya darshitatvat. We have darshitam. We have shown how there is Shruti which very clearly says how space is created. Tasmadva etasmad atmanah akasha sambhutah. How from Atma the Akasha was created. Akasha was born. Iti. So thus this Ekadeshi has been silenced. Then the other fellow who wants to prove the contradiction among the Upanishads comes up with Satyam Darshitam. You did show how there is a valid statement saying how Akasha is created from Atma or from Brahma, that's right. Viruddham tu tat tejah asujayate anena shrutyantarena. But that statement conflicts with the other statement in Chandogya which says tat tejah asrujata, it created fire. Vedantin's argument is, when it says it created fire, it does not say it did not create space. That's the whole thing. It created fire, it created water, it created earth. Doesn't mean it did not create space, you know. And it created fire. Does not mean fire is created first. These are the two arguments here, which come later on. Na ekavakyatvat sarvashrutinam. Says no, we cannot accept that there is a conflict between the different statements of Shruti because Shrutinam ekavakyatvat we have shown earlier. In the Samanvaya Adhyaya, we have shown how all the Shrutis are reconciled. There is the unity of the purport of all the Upanishads. So you cannot say that with reference to creation, the unity is not there. Bhavatu ekavakyatvam aviruddhanam. He says, we may accept that as long as statements do not conflict with each other, so long we can accept that there is unity of purport. Ihato virodha uktaha. But here we have already shown how there is a conflict between the two Shrutis. Sakrushrutasya srashtuhu srashtavyadva sambandha asambhavad. That one srashta, one creator, cannot be associated with creation of two things, fire as well as space. Dvayoscha prathamajatva asambhavad. And there cannot be two things that are created first. Vikalpa asambhavacha. And you cannot say that according to Chandogya, the fire is created third. According to Taittiriya, the fire is created first. According to Taittiriya, fire is created third. That kind of vikalpa, that alternative cannot be. Because again that will come later. That alternative cannot be. Naisha dosha. Siddhanta said that defect does not arise here. Tejas sargasya taitariyake trutiya shravanat tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhutah akashad vayu vayo agnihiti. So we do not say that the fire is not created. Taittiriya Upanishad, which talks about creation of space, also says that fire is created. Except that the fire is created third in sequence. Ashakya hi yam shruti anyatha parinetum. This shruti which clearly shows the sequence of creation. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. It is not possible to explain this Shruti or construe this statement in a different way. It's a very clear statement. Shakyatu parinetum chandogya Shruti, whereas the chandogya Shruti tat teja asrujata taj apaha asrujata tat pratso annam asrujata. So that can be explained somewhat differently. How? Tat akasham vayam ja sruštva tat teja asrujata iti. So it says it created fire. Does not say did not create space. So you can infer that Brahman created space and then air and then fire and then water and then earth. So if we explain, if we take that position, that will not in any way threaten the validity of that Shruti. Tat teja asrujata, it created fire that remains unaffected. Even if you say that Ishvara or Brahman created space and then air and then fire, so that position does not in any way negate the statement that it created fire. It just says created fire, doesn't say it did not create space or air. नहीं इयं श्रुति तेजोजनि प्रधाना सति श्रुत्यंतर प्रसिद्धाम आकाशस्य उत्पत्तिं वारयितुं शक्नोति. नहीं इयं श्रुति, this Shruti of statement of Chandogya Upanishad. Tejo jani pradhana sati. All it says is Tejo janihi, creation of fire. This is what it says. Meaning that the purpose of Shruti is not to establish order, is not to deny the creation of space. Vedanta says that when the Chandogya Upanishad says tat teja asrujata, tat apa asrujata, etc., then the intention is that Brahman created fire, Brahman created water, Brahman created earth. That's all that Shruti wants to say. You are interpreting that. That means Brahman did not create space. How do you say that? On the other hand, the space is created is very clearly stated by the Shruti. So therefore, this statement, Tejo Jani Pradhana Sati, its purport or the purpose is basically to say how Brahman created fire. So fire is created, water is created, earth is created. That Akasham, no, Shrutyantar Prasiddham Akashasya Utpattim Varayitum na shaknoti. It cannot rule out the creation of space, which is very clearly stated in the Taittiriya Shruti. So, here this Ratnaprabha said, so yaduktam ekadeshina chandogya shrutya akashotpattihi varyate iti tan nirastam. That Chandogya Shruti rules out the creation of space has been refuted because it does not rule out. It only says fire is created, it does not rule out the creation of space. Then Ratnava continues, Kincha sa Shruti kim tejo janma para uta tejo janma vyat anutpattischadi ubhaya para. So please tell us, this statement of Chandogya, tat teja asrujata, etc., what is the purpose of the Shruti? It only wants to say that the fire, etc., created. Is that what the Shruti wants to convey? Or wants to convey two things? That it created fire and did not create space? Does that Shruti convey one idea or does it convey two ideas? Does it convey the idea that fire is created? Or it further creates the idea that space is not created? Adye na tadvaranam. Nahi. So it is a nahi iyam shruti. We have to read that statement, Nahi iyam shruti tejo jani pradhana sati shrutyantara prasiddham Akashasya Utpattim Varayitum Shaknoti. So, this Shruti, which primarily wants to convey the idea of creation of fire, Tejo Jani Pradhana Sati, Shrutyantara Prasiddham Akashasya Utpattim Varayitum na Shaknoti. it cannot rule out the creation of space, which is very clearly stated in the Taittiriya Shruti. So, Adye na tadvaranam. If the purpose of Chandogya statement is to convey the creation of fire, then that does not rule out the creation of space. Avirodhat ityartha. Creation of fire is not in any way opposed to the creation of space. Both of them can be there. Na dvitiya. Suppose Purva Pakshi says, not only it says that Brahman created fire, it says that it did not create space. Suppose that statement conveys two ideas. Suppose that's what you say. Then says, Shrutyantara virodhena ubhaya paratva kalpana ayogat vakya veda apatyasya ityartah. Shrutyantara virodhena ubhaya paratva kalpana ayogat. That kalpana. What kalpana? That this statement conveys the creation of fire as well as the non-creation of space. That's a kalpana. Ayoga. That kalpana is improper because that kalpana contradicts what the Taittiriya Shruti says. If it did not contradict anything, then a kalpana can be sustained. But this kalpana, that Brahman did not create space, clearly violates what the Taittiriya Upanishad says. Therefore, that kalpana is not right. Is not proper. Vakya veda apatyescha. And the technical problem will be there. That would mean that one vakya, one statement of the Chandogya conveys two ideas. That's called vakya veda. One statement conveying two ideas, two independent ideas. Not two dimensions of the same idea. One statement can convey two dimensions of the same idea, but not two different ideas. You see? Because eyes can convey only one color. It can convey different shades of the same color, but it cannot simultaneously convey orange color as well as green color. Because then eyes will not be pramanam if it conveys two independent things simultaneously. So also, if one word has two different meanings, then that word is not valid because you do not know which meaning to take. A word must convey only one meaning. A sentence should convey one meaning. A pramanam should convey only one knowledge, one cognition, nothing else. Ekasyeti, so Bhashyakara says, Ekasya vakyasya vyaparadvaya asambhavat. Ekasya vakyasya vyaparadvaya asambhavat. One vakya, one statement cannot accomplish two purposes, cannot convey two meanings. It should only convey one meaning. This is the Mimamsa Siddhanta. Then Ratnaprabha continues, Nanu ekasya srashtuhu anekada sambandhavat vakyasyapi anekartha kim nasyad. Ekasya srashtuhu. If the creator is one, and if creator can be associated with creation of more than one things, so creator creates space also, and vayu also, and fire also. If one creator can be associated with the creation of more than one thing, then why not one vakya also be associated with more than one meaning? That's an argument. You say that one thing cannot accomplish two things. But here look, one creator can accomplish more than one thing. A cook can cook soup also, rice also, and many other things also. So if one creator, so this is an example of how one thing can be associated with more than one things. If that is so, then why not one vakya also be associated with more than one meaning? Why not? Ityada, if that's the argument, then the answer is given Srashtatu iti. So Bhashyakara says, सृष्टा तो एकोपि क्रमेण अनेकम सृष्टव्यम सृजेत. सृष्टा तो एकोपि, even srashta is one, meaning creator is one. Kramena, because the creator has the facility of creating in sequence. A creator cannot simultaneously create two things, that is true. A creator simultaneously cannot create two things. In one vessel, he cannot cook sabji as well as khichdi. He can cook only one thing in one vessel at one time. Nowadays, of course, you have with gas stoves with so many stoves, so you can have 5 things and they have it anyway. Simultaneously, they cook so many things together. But that too, it's not on one stove, understand. On one stove, one thing is cooked. No Swamiji in pressure cooker, he puts 3 things together. Sabji also he puts and dal also he puts. But in different places. No, you can mix them also. Then it's not 2 things cooked, one thing, one khichdi is cooked, even though then the 3 things mixed in there. So idea is that one action can produce one effect at one time. One action cannot produce more than one effect at the same time. Similarly, one sentence can convey one meaning in one context, not more than one meanings. But in sequence, in succession, or in sequence, the creator can create. He can cook one thing now, then a second thing, then a third thing. Similarly, our pot maker also can make a pot now, then can make a pitcher then, and then can make a plate, etc. One by one he can do. So, srashta tu ekopi kramena, one by one. Anekam srashtavyam srujet. So with reference to srashta, because the problem is, you say that he created fire, he created air also, or space also. How can one srashta do 2 things? One after the other, he can do them. Now look at Ratnaprabha. Natu, so ekasya kartuhu anekada sambandho drashtah. We see in our day-to-day life how one creator can be associated with more than one thing. He can create one thing after the other. He can create many things. Natu ekasya vakyasya nanarthatvam drishtam. But we do not find in our practical experience that one vakya is connected with more than one meaning. That we do not find. नानार्थक प्रयोगेतु पय आनय इत्यादौ आवृत्या वाक्य भेद एव. Paya anaya means payas. What is payas has 2 meanings. Milk as well as water, The word payas means milk as well as water. So when somebody says paya anaya, then that vakya says bring milk and bring water, will it not? Listen, if the word payas has 2 meanings, water as well as milk, then when you say paya anaya means paya anaya, bring payas, then will he not bring, because payas means milk as well as water, then does it not mean that he is asking to bring 2 things? No. He can bring only one thing. One vakya can only convey, if you want to say bring water and then bring milk, then you must utter the statement twice. Paya anaya, paya anaya. Bring water, bring milk. So in one sentence, payas would mean water, other sentence, payas would mean milk. In one sentence, word payas cannot mean both milk and water. Iti avrutya. So, avrutti means what? Repeating that. Paya anaya, paya anaya. Vakya veda. Then there are 2 vakyas, not one vakya. Paya anaya, one vakya which means bring water. Paya anaya, different vakya which means bring milk. So there are 2 separate vakyas, the 2 separate statements conveying 2 separate meanings. Anayasya jalakshirabhyam pruthak sambandhat ityartah. In that case, if two vakyas are there, then the verb anaya, please bring, will be connected with two things, paya and kshira. And so jalakshirabhyam will be connected separately with water as well as milk. So there are two sentences conveying two ideas, not one sentence conveying one idea. Even if a word has more than one meanings, if a word has more than one meanings, in one sentence only one meaning can be conveyed, not two different meanings. We should know this. When we use our vakyas, when we make statements, when we use words, all of these rules must be kept in mind, because this is how human mind works. Human mind can grasp only one meaning at a time. And therefore, the sentence should convey only one meaning at a time, and not because the listener will not be able to grasp, will not be able to determine, what are you telling me? Paya anaya, when you say, what do you mean? Do you mean jalam or do you mean kshiram? That means one vakya cannot convey two things, iti. So phalitam aha. So what's the result? Vashyakara says, iti ekavakyatva kalpanayam sambhavantyam na viruddharthatvena shrutihi hatavya. Iti ekavakyatva kalpanayam. Thus when the kalpana, so when the line of argument which establishes ekavakyata, the unity of purport, when that line of argument is possible, sambhavantyam na viruddharthatvena shruti hatavya, then you should not deliberately adopt a line of argument which abandons or invalidates the shruti. See, we should always have a positive, this is all positive attitude. In our life, in our interaction with people, in our communication, there should be positive attitude. Give the benefit of doubt and not rule out the person. The person means what he says, that should be first position. Only when that does not work out, then you go for a kalpana. So first we should take only literal meaning of what the person says. Only when the literal meaning does not make sense, then you go for lakshyartha or implied meaning, not otherwise. And you always give benefit of doubt that the person means that he is sincere in what he says. Don't right away dismiss the person, hey, he's like that, no, don't take it, don't take him literally. He's never, he's never honest. Don't say that. Accept the person to be right to begin with. Only when it does not make sense, then alone you go for alternate kalpana or meaning, not otherwise. Similarly also, the first position should be the shruti is pramanam. The shruti is a valid means of knowledge. That should be the first position. And the line of arguments also should be to support that. Don't begin with a line of arguments which in fact invalidates the shruti. That's not right. So, ekavakyatva kalpanam sambhavantyam na viruddharthatvena shruti hatavya. When it is possible to present a line of arguments which can establish the unity of purport among the different shrutis, then to adopt a line of argument which invalidates the shruti or hatavya, which abandons that, is not right. Na shruti hatavya. You should abandon this Taittiriya is no good, that shruti is no good. For establishing your point about the space not being created, you are adopting a position where the shruti statement is abandoned. Now that's not right. That's not the right way of arguing. This is mananam. That's not the right way of deliberating. Or even shravanam. So how the shruti statements were interpreted is what is being stated here. Says Ratnaprabha further, ekasya shabdasya avrittim vina anekarthatvam nasti ched. All right. He comes back with other arguments, Ekasya shabdasya avrittim vina anekarthatvam nasti ched. You say that one word cannot convey two meanings unless that word is repeated. Payah anaya. Paya anaya. If you want that the word payas should convey two meanings, water and milk, then you should utter that statement twice. That's called avrutti. So, avrittim vina anekarthatvam nasti. If your argument, he is telling us that if one word cannot create more than one meaning unless that word is repeated, then asrujata iti shabdasya छांदोगे उपसंवृत आकाशादि संबंधार्थम आवृत्ति दोष स्यात् इति. Then Chandogya says tat teja asrujata. Now you want to say that it also created space. Chandogya only says it created fire. You say that it also created space. That means now with one verb asrujata, you want to connect two things, fire as well as space. You understand this? We are saying that when Chandogya says Brahman created fire, it also includes creation of space. That means asrujata. He said once. And you want to connect that asrujata with teja fire as well as with space, akasha. So asrujata iti शब्दस्य छांदोग्ये उपसंहृत आकाशादि संबंधार्थम. What is upasamhara? You want to include. So even though we are saying that, even though Chandogya Upanishad explicitly talks about the creation of three elements, you should also include the other two elements stated in the Taittiriya Upanishad. If you want to include the space and air also as created, then they should be also connect asrujata. So one word asrujata has to be connected with akasha, vayu, both, and teja. So Chandogye upasamrita akashadi sambandhartham avarti dosha syat. Then you, even though Upanishad says asrujata, you will read it three times. Asrujata, asrujata, asrujata. Means akasham asrujata, vayam asrujata, teja asrujata. So even though Upanishad uses the word asrujata once, you have to understand that three times, that's a dosha. You are imagining something that Upanishad has not stated. And you are saying that one word asrujata conveys three things. Ityatah nachayati, so Bhashyakara says, nacha asmabhihi sakrutshutasya srashtuhu sashtavyadvaya sambandha abhipreyate shrutyantaravashena sashtavyantara upasangrahad. Shrutyantara vashena sashtavyantara upasangrahat. Shrutyantara vashena. On account of the Shrutyantara, on account of the Taittiriya Shruti, which talks about the creation of five elements, on the basis of that Shruti, Sashtavyantara upasangrahat, we want to also include the Sashtavyantara, Akasha and Vayu. All we are saying is they should be included along with the fire, etc. By that, nacha asmabi sakarusrutasya srashtuhu tat teja asrujata, it created teja. We are not saying that it also simultaneously, that one sentence conveys three ideas. We don't mean that. Sashtavyadvaya sambandha na viprayate. We do not mean that it conveys, the asrujata conveys three ideas. We say there are three sentences. Tad akasham asrujata, tad vayum asrujata, tad teja asrujata. Thus, three statements convey three ideas, not one statement conveys three ideas. Says Ratnaprabha, छंदोग्यस्थ तेजो जन्म आकाशादि जन्म पूर्वकम तेजो जन्मत्वात् तित्रि स्थित तेजो जन्मवदिति आकाशादि जन्म उपसंहारे सी श्रुत्यंतर वशेन षष्ठव्यांतर उपसंग्रहात् because the five elements are stated in the other shruti, therefore those other the missing two must be also included here. On what line of argument? Says the other line of argument. Chandogyastha tejo janma akashadi janma purvakam. Tejo janma, the creation of fire, which is stated in Chandogya, must be preceded by the creation of space and air. Why? Tejo janmatvat, because fire is created. So what? Tittiristha tejo janmavata. Because fire is created. Fire gets created only one way. It is not that Chandogya creates fire in one way and the Taittiriya creates fire in a different way. Fire can be created only one way. So Taittiriya clearly says that fire is created out of air, after air. So that's the way Chandogya also must have created. Chandogya cannot have a different way of creation. One thing cannot have two nature. One thing can have only one nature. If fire can be created, it can only be born of Vayu, can't be born of anything else. And Taittiriya clearly says that Vayu Agni. So Tittiristha Tejo Janmavat, just as in Taittiriya Upanishad, Tejo Janma, the creation of fire is said from the Vayu, so also it must be so in the Chandogya also. Ityadi Janma Upasamhare Tat Akasham Asrujate iti Vakyantarasya Kalpanat. Therefore, we are saying that three Vakyas are there. Tat Akasham Asrujata, Tajvayam Asrujata, Tat Teja Asrujata. Because the creation is in this order. The Taittiriya Upanishad presents that order. Therefore, the creation is in order. So even though Taittiriya says Akashad Vayu, we should say it is not Akasha that created Vayu, it is Brahman in the form of Akasha created Vayu. That stands. So Tat Teja Asrujata, Tat Apaha Asrujata, Tat Annam Asrujata. That Chandogya says that we accept. There is Brahman who creates all the time, nobody else. I am the creator. Mayo Nirmahat Brahma Tasmin Garbham Nadhamyam Sambhavas Sarvabhutanam Tato Bhavati Bharata Sarvayonishu Kauntaya Murtaya Sambhavantiyaha Tasam Brahma Mahadyoni Aham Bija Pradapita. Lord Krishna says that whenever or wherever anything gets created, understand that I am the creator and Maya is the medium through which I create everywhere. So even though Taittiriya says Akashad Vayu, so Atma Akasha Sambhuta, the space was born out of Atma. Then Akashad Vayu, from space the Vayu came. We should understand it is from Brahman in the form of space that Vayu came. Then it is Brahman in the form of Vayu that Agni came. So then Taittiriya also is okay and Chandogya also is okay. That's how you reconcile. Sutat Akasham Asrujayati Vakyantarasya Kalpanat Na Avrutti Dosha. Therefore, we are not connecting one word with three things. We are imagining three statements for creation of three entities. Then Ratnarva continues, Shrutyantarastha Kramaha Shrutyantare Grahya iti. See, Krama, the sequence that is shown in one Shruti should also be adopted in the other Shruti. Idyatra Drishtantamaha. To illustrate that, the Drishtanta, the illustration is given here, Yathacha iti. So Bhashyakara says, Yathacha Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma Tajjalan Ityatra साक्षादेव सर्वस्य वस्तुजातस्य ब्रह्मजत्वं श्रूयमाणं न श्रुत्यन्तरविहितं नभः प्रमुखं. What happened? Oh. न प्रदेशान्तरविहितं तेजः प्रमुखं उत्पत्तिक्रमं वारयति. एवं तेजसोऽपि ब्रह्मजत्वं श्रूयमाणं न श्रुत्यन्तरविहितं नभः प्रमुखं उत्पत्तिक्रमं वारयितुम् अर्हति. यथा टू इलस्ट्रेट सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्म इदं idam sarvam, all this khalu is indeed Brahman, all this is indeed Brahman. That statement, sakshadeva sarvasya vastujatasya brahmajatvam shruyamanam. So all this doesn't say all this without space or without atom. Sarvam atadvyavrutya, without excluding anything, atadvyavrutya. Without excluding anything, only the Upanishad says that whatever it is creation of Brahman, tad jalan. So, sarvam khaluidam brahma, tad jalan, tajjam, tadanam, tallam. That means Brahman. So, tajjam, from Brahman, all of this is born. Tadanam, because of Brahman, all of this breathes or all of this sustains. Tallam, because of Brahman alone or unto Brahman alone, all of these merge back. Meaning that Brahman is the cause of the creation, sustenance and dissolution. Brahman is the material cause. Idam sarvam, all of this. So itatra sakshadeva sarvasya vastujatasya brahmajatvam shruyamanam. Sakshat means what? In so many words, Shruti very clearly says how whatever there is created from Brahman. Na pradeshantarvihitam tejah pramukhatvam utpattikramam varayati. That statement that everything is created from Brahman does not in any way rule out that fire is created first, So tejah pramukhatvam. Chandogya says fire was created, water was created, earth was created, fine. Everything created does not rule out what is created first and second. It doesn't say krama. All of this is the creation of Brahman. That does not rule out that fire is created first and then water and earth. Doesn't contradict. Nava pramukam utpattikramam na varayati. That does not rule out the utpattikrama. The sequence of creation, beginning of fire, is not ruled out by the statement that everything is created from Brahman. Let's see drishtanta. That drishtanta now is applied to our case. Evam tejasopi brahmajatvam shruyamanam. Similarly also, Chandogya says that tat teja asrujata, teja, the element fire, is created from Brahman. That's all it says. It says fire is Brahman created fire. Na shrutyantarvedam nava pramukam utpattikram varati marhati. Chandogya simply says Brahman created fire. That should not rule out the creation of space which Taittiriya Upanishad says. So just as one statement does not rule out what the other statement says, similarly that statement also should not rule out what the third statement says. Then say Ratnaprabha, Sruštau Tatparya Atatparyabhyam Drishtanta Shruti Vaishamyam Shankate. So understand how the line of argument is. This is given as drishtanta. Sarvam khalvidam brahma tad jalan become drishtanta for saying that what Chandogya says does not rule out what the Taittiriya says. But now this statement, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma Tad Jalan, does it talk about creation? Purvapakshi says that even though it says Tad Jalan, that Brahman is the source of creation, and then it is the basis of sustenance, and that it is the place where it all goes back. That is stated not to say that Brahman is the creator, it is stated for a different purpose. Tad Jalani Shanta Upasita. See, you quoted only part of the statement. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma Tad Jalan. But the rest of the statement, it is Shanta Hasan Upasita. So by deliberating upon this, your mind will become quiet and then you can meditate. So Srushtu Tatparya Atatparyabhyam. Whether this statement Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma has this Tatparya purport in Srushti or not. Drishtanta Shruti Vaishamyam Shankate. The Drishtanta that you are giving here for proving your point, that is not an apt Drishtanta, not an apt illustration. That doubt is presented here. Nanu Ityadina. Bhashyakara says, Nanu Shamavidhanartham etadvakyam tajjalaniti shanta upasita iti shrutehe na etat srishtivakyam tasmat etat na pradeshantara prasiddham kramam uparodhum arhati de. Nanu samvidhanartham etadvakyam sarvam khalvidam brahma tad jalaniti shanta upasita. That statement is not meant to teach you the creation. It is meant to teach you the quietude of mind. So Shama Vidhanartham, that statement prescribes that the mind should become quiet. Upasita. For upasana or meditation, your mind should be quiet. That is what that statement says. By the way, the statement also tells you the method of quietening the mind. The primary purpose of the statement is that your mind should be quiet for you to be able to meditate. And by the way also gives us the method of how to quieten the mind. That Jalan, think that Brahman is the creator, sustainer, dissolver. Nothing is apart from Brahman, therefore whatever it is manifestation of Brahman. Look at things like this, then there is no Ragadvesha. If what I like also is Brahman, what I dislike also is Brahman, then what am I disliking? What am I liking? What is this Brahman? So when you think that way, the likes and dislikes drop off. And that's how the mind becomes quiet. So that passage is meant for teaching us or prescribing the quietude of mind. That statement has no intention of stating that Brahman is the material cause, etc. That is not the purpose of the statement. So how can you take that statement and give it an illustration in the context of creation? So context of that statement is in quietening the mind. And you are presenting that statement in the context of creation. Therefore, that is not an apt illustration. So, na etat srushti vakyam, that vakya statement is not for conveying srushti or creation. Tasmad etat na pradeshantara prasiddham kramam uparodham. Bhashyaka is different. Varayitum uparodham. Tasmad, therefore, etat, that statement, sarvam khalvidam brahma, na pradeshantara prasiddham. kramam uparodhum arhati. So Chandogya very clearly says, first is fire, then is water, and then is earth, then fire is first. So your statement cannot in fact rule out what Chandogya says. Because this statement is not meant for prescribing creation, it is meant for prescribing quietude of mind, and therefore it cannot in any way rule out the matter of creation. So a statement that talks about creation can rule out something about creation. Like Taittiriya talks about creation, Chandogya talks about creation, then perhaps one statement can rule out the other. What doesn't talk about creation cannot rule out some fact about creation. If you look at Nyaya Nirnaya, the last but one line on that page, Yat parashabdaha sa shabdarthaha. So this is rule. What should be the meaning of a word? So when a statement is made, how will you interpret that statement? Yat parashabdaha sa shabdarthaha. The meaning of a statement is to be determined from the purport. What is intended to be conveyed? So a statement should be interpreted based on what the speaker wants to convey. So therefore, Nachayam Shabda Srushti Paraha Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma Taj Jalanti does not want to convey, the intention is not to convey creation, the intention is to convey the quietude of mind. So one statement which is meant for conveying the quietude of mind cannot in any way prasiddham kramam varatamalam, it cannot in any way rule out the prathamyam, the primacy of foremostness of teja or fire. Iti phalitamaha tasmad, therefore etat na pradeshantar prasiddham kramam uparodhum arhati iti. Therefore this statement cannot be presented as an illustration to not rule out, because this statement cannot clearly rule out or something, and so it cannot be presented as an illustration. Darstantike visheshamaha, your drishtanta is of one kind, darstanta is of different kind. What is drishtanta? That you must quieten your mind by deliberating upon Brahman as a cause of everything, or by deliberating upon everything as not separate from Brahman. Whereas the Darstanta, what you illustrate, has a different meaning. So, next sentence says Bhashyakara, Tat tejaha asrujata ityetat srishtivakyam tasmadatra यथाश्रुति क्रमः ग्रहीतव्यः इति तत्तेजः असृजत. When it comes to Chandogya, it says that Brahman created fire. Iti etat srishti vakyam. So that was what? So that was Shamavidhanartham Vakyam. That Vakya was to prescribe the quietude of mind. This is Srushti Vidhanartham Vakyam, meaning this statement only prescribes the or tells us about the creation. Therefore, the intentions of those two statements are different. Therefore, one statement cannot be presented as an illustration of the other statement which has a different purport or different intention. Therefore, tasya srushti paratvevi shrutyantar prasiddha karma anurodhitvam ashankyaha. Doesn't matter. Tat teja asrujata. That created fire. So, why not? Shrutyantar prasiddha krama anurodhitvam. Even though Chandogya talks about creation, why can it not also follow the same sequence stated in the Taittiriya? So then the Purvapaksha said, Tasmad atra Shruti kramaha grahitavya iti. Your illustration is not an apt illustration, and therefore you have not yet presented any argument as to why the krama or sequence of creation stated by Chandogya should not be adopted. For that illustration is not an apt illustration. The above position that the fire was created first stands. It does not become dismissed. Now then, Ratnaprabha says, on the page 505, Tejas Prathamya Svikare, we already discussed it yesterday, but it comes here now in Ratnaprabha. Nyaya Nirnaya stated this point earlier, Ratnaprabha states this point now. Tejas Prathamya Svikare, Akacha Sargo Dharmi, Tad Dharma Prathamya Chaiti, Dvayam Shrutam Bhadinamiti Gauravam. If you say that the fire was created first, then you are ruling out two things. That space was created first, the space was created, and space was created first. When you say that space is not created, fire is created first, when you say, you interpret that to mean that space is not created, then you are ruling out two things. The creation of space is ruled out, as well as the primacy, the prathamyam, the foremostness of the space creation also is ruled out. So space is created is ruled out, space is created first also is ruled out. So two things are ruled out. Iti gauravam. Let's go gauravam. That means a very long path, very cumbersome. So two assumptions are required to prove your point. Akasha prathamyetu. On the other hand, when we say that Akasha was created first, then Arthika Tejas Sarga Prathamya Matra Badhaiti. Then we are not ruling out the creation of fire. We are only ruling out the Prathamyam, the firstness of the fire, creation of fire, and not so we are ruling out one thing. If fire is first, then two things are ruled out, the creation of space and the foremostness of that. When we say that space is created first, then we are ruling out only the prathamyam of fire. So one thing is ruled out, that is lagavam. That's called brevity or conciseness. Our argument is more concise than your argument. Iti matvaha na iti uchyate. So Bhashyakara says, na iti uchyate. Our answer is that what you say is not right. Tasmadatra yathashruti kramo grahitavya iti. Purvapakshi said that, therefore here yathashruta, that krama of the sequence as stated by Chandogya must be accepted. Na, our answer is no, that's not right. Why? Says Bhashyakara, nahi tejas prathamya anurodhena श्रुत्यंतर प्रसिद्ध है वियत पदार्थ है परित्यक्तव्यो भवति पदार्थ धर्मत्वात् क्रमस्य नहीं तेजस प्राथम्य अनुरोधेन. By adopting the prathamyam, the firstness of the creation of element fire, Shrutyantar Prasiddha Vyat Padartha, the dharmi, you are dismissing the creation of space altogether. See, creation of fire does not dismiss the creation of space, but creation of fire as first dismisses creation of space. Understand this. If you say fire was created, there is no problem. The space can still be created. But if you insist that yatha shruti krama grahitavya, insist that fire is created first, then it dismisses the creation of space altogether. So vyet padartha parityakto bhavati. The padartha, the entity called space, altogether becomes ruled out. Parityakto bhavati, it is discarded altogether. Why? Padartha dharmatvat kramasya. Because krama also is a dharma of the padartha. Means sequence. Then nature of fire is to be created third. That's the nature of fire. Nature of space is to be created first. Nature of fire is to be created third. So therefore, the nature cannot be denied. You can say fire was created, but you cannot deny the thirdness of fire. Because that is what is clearly stated in the Taittiriya Upanishad. That's what Bratama said. Kincha pradhana dharme tyagad varam gunabhutasya tejah prathamyasya dharmasya tyaga heti. Kincha pradhana dharme tyagad, instead of dismissing space as an entity altogether, it is better that we rule out only the prathamyam. We are not ruling out the creation of space, fire, only ruling out the firstness of fire. Whereas you are ruling out the creation of space altogether and firstness of space, two things are ruled out, so this is better. So, nahi tejas prathamya, that we already read. Kincha kim sushti para shruti siddhatvat tejas prathamam gruhyate uta prasamasthane tejasa sarga shrutya arthat prathamya bhanat. Understand this. Kincha further, kim sushti para shruti siddhatvat tejas prathamyam gruhyate. Because Chandogya talks about the creation of fire, water and earth, therefore you are accepting that fire is first. Uta prasamasthane tejasa sarga shrutya. Or just because tejas or fire is mentioned first, it doesn't say fire was created first. It just says fire was created. So because it says fire was created, that's the first statement. So suppose you want to say that fire was created first, it is arthat, it is by implication. Shruti in so many words does not say fire was created first, it just says teja asrujata, it created fire. That's all it says. To interpret that fire was created first, you have to presume arthabhati. That it could not have stated it could not state fire first unless fire was created first. Now that is arthabhati. So not by shruti, but arthabhati you are interpreting that fire was created first. Whereas here by shruti says akasha is created first and fire is created third. So arthabhati is weaker than shruti, So na adyaheti aha apichayati apicha tattejah asrujata iti na atra kramasya vachakah कश्चित् शब्दः अस्ति अर्थात् तु क्रमः अवगम्यते. अभी च further तत् तेजः असृजत, it created fire, इति नत्र क्रमस्य वाचकः कश्चित् शब्दः अस्ति. We do not find any word here which says that fire was created first. It says fire was created, it created fire. Doesn't say specifically it created fire first, so prathamya vachakah. A word which will convey the prathamyam, the primacy or foremostness of the fire is not there. Or kramasya, the sequence is not stated here, it just says it created fire. Arthatu krama avagamyate. So if you want to say that Shruti says that fire was created first, you have to add Arthapatti in there, but in so many words Shruti does not say. Sacha Vayoho Agnihi Iti Anena Shrutyantara Prasiddhena Kramena Nivaryate. So your presumption from the statement of Chandogya that fire was created first is dismissed or ruled out by Vayo Agnihi. Taittiriya clearly says that Agni was created from Vayu and Agni was created third. Therefore your presumption that Agni was created first is ruled out by the clear statement of Shruti which says that Agni was third in sequence. Iti. Alright, we'll continue in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. So we will meet on Monday morning. Although Monday is Gita Jayanti, Monday સોમવારે ગીતા જયંતિ છે, સોમવારે સવારે વિષ્ણુ સહસ્રનામ યાગ છે સવારે, અને સાંજે 6 વાગ્યા પછી ગીતા જયંતિ છે. પણ આપણે સવારે મળીશું આ ક્લાસ માટે, એટલે આ સૂત્ર પૂરું થાય. So we can complete this sutra. બરોબર છે? 7 વાગે.